Diane in Denmark here. What day is it? Woo! It's the 1st of December. Now, I promised you I would make some videos about Danish Christmas. So here we go with Diane's Danish Christmas. It will be things particular to my family, Denmark, also Scandinavia in general, because we have a summer house in Sweden, a weekend cabin that we go to. So I'll be sharing what we do and just giving you a little flavour, a little local flavour. Anyway, it's the 1st of December and I love the 1st of December. In our family it's a big thing, or at least for me. I'm not quite sure the rest of the family are on board with all the craziness. But as you can see, I've got my candle here, number 1. The other 24 candles are in the jar. And just there, if you're perhaps in Britain, you'll be saying, well, why are there only 24 candles instead of 25? Well, in Denmark, we celebrate Christmas on the 24th of December in the evening. The 25th is called Christmas Day, the 24th is called Christmas Eve, but the main celebration is the 24th in the evening. And therefore you have 24 candles. And also what I wanted to talk about today was Advent calendars. Now, as I said, if you're in Britain, you've probably got, an Advent calendar. We had the paper ones, when I was wee, we always had a paper calendar with the picture on it, and you have to find number 1, number 2. That's what I grew up with. And then of course things get a bit more commercial. These days you can get the chocolate calendars, and both of my kids have got these chocolate calendars, and truth be told, you know what, instead of these really expensive chocolate things, I actually quite like cheap Christmas calendar chocolate. Anyway, this morning when we had breakfast, I had the first candle going, and in these videos you'll see candle number 2, candle number 3, so we'll be counting down to Christmas. But we also had our other candle going. Here we are, and this is a typical Danish thing. You either have the candle, hold on, let me just grab one that I've got. Okay, there we go. This one is shrink wrapped in plastic, but you can see what it is. It's a candle, and it's got the numbers on it down to 24, and it's the same with this one. Here we are, 24. And what we do in Denmark is, I've told you this before, the Danes love Christmas, and we can also use Christmas as a verb, to Christmas. So we say that, we are going to Christmas all the way through December, and December is known as the Christmas month because December is filled with Advent candles and Advent calendars, and I'll come back to something else. I'm kind of getting off track here, but anyway, this is the Advent calendar candle that we have. I know a lot of you will probably want to get one. They're really difficult to track down. What you could do is you can either take, if you've got a glass jar, put a candle inside of it, and on the outside you could mark the numbers 1 to 24 with a Sharpie. That's a solution. And I think you may also with a Sharpie be able to take a candle and actually write on the numbers. Let me know if you try. I haven't done it before. A lot of the things in Denmark, when the kids are at kindergarten and at nursery, if you've got a kid who's in Danish kindergarten or nursery, they will no doubt be bringing you home one of these next couple of days, a candle stuck in a piece of clay on a paper plate with a bit of greenery sticking out of it. That is a typical thing that Danish kids make at nursery. I like the ones in the jar just because it's easier than these. And anyway, this is my favourite one. So we're burning the candle every day and counting down. And as I said, we have the chocolate calendar. And my daughter, my DD15, bought this one for my DS17 because if you've been following me for a while, you know that my son was away in the States last year doing a year of high school. We didn't see him for 10 whole months. He wasn't allowed to come home and we weren't allowed to visit during the 10 months so that they don't get homesick. So we really missed him last Christmas, and we said, you know, this Christmas we're going to pull out all the stops. We're going to go completely overboard. Anyway, she bought this for her big brother. How sweet. And this is How Sweet Boom Boom. This is a Haribo one. If you know the Haribo sweets, this one is full of sweets. And that was door number 1 this morning. It's already been eaten, and you can see what is in it. And of course, number 24 is always... Can I find 24 with these old eyes? 24 is normally, you know, the big door on the calendar, or the double chocolate, something like that. But if you're in Britain, you will have an extra door on your calendar. So think yourselves lucky. In Europe, the rest of Europe, we only have 24 doors. Now, what I was going to tell you, an extra thing, is that here in Denmark, we don't just have advent calendar candles, and advent calendars that you can eat the chocolate or open the door, and there's also this one. This is a scratch card calendar that we also, it's become a family tradition that the kids get one of those, and I buy one for my hubby. Used to buy one for my dad, dearly departed dad, and he would have fun, you know, scratching it off the D's with the kids. Not only do we have that, we have a Danish advent calendar on the television, actually several of them. And what the Danes do, it's been a tradition for many, many years, is that we have a TV series which is in 24 installments, and it's roughly about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes per day. And it's a Christmas story, you know, it's got a Christmas background, a little bit of a moral to the story, and it can be anything to do with elves or Father Christmas, or they're in Greenland. And we normally have one for kids, and these are, you know, big productions. They are 24 episodes are filmed, and they're normally filmed, you know, months beforehand, and they are shown every day at the same time, so the whole family is kind of around the television watching an episode per day. Now, there's one for kids, and because it's such an expensive thing these days to fill them, there's normally one made on one channel, on one Danish channel, and then the next year it's the other channel who makes one, and then they kind of repeat an old one they've made. And these have been going for years. They also used to make them for adults, and there are some very funny ones that you might want to check out. The Julekalender. I'll put a little link down below. And it was a very funny Christmas advent calendar on TV for adults, and it was a mixture of English and Danish. And a lot of people, when I came to Denmark, would say that, you know, it was a bit like the Julekalender, because I would kind of mix up English and Danish things. So anyway, I won't keep you here long, because there are going to be lots more videos coming, and I'm going to show you the next couple of things will probably be Pebernuller, and then we also have Advent candles for Advent Sunday. If you don't know about that, tune in soon. Anyway, I'm going to get on with my day. I hope you are going to enjoy learning a little bit more about Christmas in Denmark, or at least Christmas in our family. Remember, all Danish families are different. Some of them don't do the candles, some of them don't do scratch cards. We're all different, but I'm just giving you a little bit of what it is like to have Christmas in Denmark. Anyway, that's it for me, Diane in Denmark. Remember, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. There's a button below, and there's a little bell beside the red button. If you press that, then you'll get notifications when the videos are uploaded. I post on Instagram every day, and you will see lots of pictures coming, because you know I'm a picture-holic. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's the same hashtag as here, hashtag Diane in Denmark. Anyway, that was it for a bit of Diane's Danish Christmas, and I shall see you very soon. Live long and prosper.